is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Overcast skies, even some light rain falling here at the Big A, but all indications are we will get this one started on time. Garrett Richards getting his warm-up pitches on. Mike Trout and the Angels trying to figure things out. They lost last night. The series tied up at a game apiece tonight. It is game number 3 against the visiting Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubicza. I'm Victor Rojas, and just like we had on opening day, we've got a terrific pitching matchup once again. Both opening day starters for the respective teams. Cole Hamels, the left-hander, going for Texas, and already mentioned Garrett Richards going for the Angels.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Cole Hamels is the guy that got a good fastball, but Richards has one of the best fastballs in baseball. Right now, averaging about 97 miles per hour on this fastball. Doesn't need to overthrow. When he throws his slider exactly where he wants him, he can be devastating. He will run that two-seam fastball down. He threw a lot more changeups his last time out. 7 punch-outs in 5 innings pitched. Cole Hamels is one of those guys you know is always going to be around the plate, always gives his team a chance to win. 7 very good innings. His first start, 7-1 in his career as a Texas Ranger. Been very good in the postseason, been very good in big game situation with his good fastball he has. Mentioned 13-8 last season, 7-1 with the Rangers. Garrett Richards, though, very, very good in his career versus the Rangers. 9-2 with an ERA just over 3. It should be a great matchup tonight.
It is a rematch of game number 162 last season with Cole Hamels picking up the victory. We are just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Gonna bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return.
Welcome back out to Angel Stadium. Game 3 of the 4-game series against the Texas Rangers. The Halos won the opening game on Thursday, 4-3 the final. That was the Pujols walk-off last night. Texas taking game 2 by the final of 7-3. It was a combination of untimely hitting by the Angels offense and some struggles on the pitching side. The Angels walking a lot of batters and unable to get the outs when they needed them. Take a look at Jeff Bannister's lineup for the Texas Rangers. They stand at 2-3 on the young season. It's the same lineup they ran out last night, with the only exception being the Shin-Soo Choo was scratched before the game today with a right calf strain. So Odor will bat in the 2 spot and play second base. Then you've got fielder Beltre Moreland. Desmond in left. Andrews jumps up a spot to shortstop. Brian Rua will see first action of the series in right field tonight. And then Robinson Chirinos, the catcher, batting 9th. They take on Garrett Richards. Mentioned he had his first start of the year on opening day. Lasted 5 innings, gave up 6 hits. Very good through the first 3 innings. A lot of strikeouts, 5 through those 3 innings. But all of a sudden, the 4th inning happened and kind of got discombobulated with that 41 pitch 4th inning.
Yeah, but he certainly has some great career numbers, especially last couple of seasons against the Rangers. 7-1 with an ERA 2.38 for Richards against a very powerful offense in Texas. But my go-tos for Garrett to be successful today, you mentioned that about overthrowing. Just stay within yourself. That fastball is still one of the best in all of baseball. And ahead of the count, success. Get ahead, finish off with that nasty slider.
Check out the Angels defensively tonight. Craig Gentry gets to start in left field. Mike Trout at center. Cole Calhoun in right. Cole was presented with his Gold Glove before the game. Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left side. Johnny Giavotella back in the lineup. And then C.J. Cron on the right side with Carlos Perez behind the plate.
Some great speed out there in that left field position. And Craig Gentry is a guy that's had 41 career starts in left field, 199 in center, 24 in right. It's a guy that can cover a lot of ground and a very good, accurate throwing arm for that left field position.
Supposed to be getting some rain a little bit later on, so the Angels and the Rangers deciding to go ahead and start this one on time. And especially when you got 2 important guys on the mound, and Garrett Richards and Cole Hamels. Clearly they feel that they've got an opportunity to get a good chunk, if not all of this game in. DeShields leading things off, takes a fastball for a strike. He was hitless going into last night's ball game, hitless on the season. Ended up getting a couple of hits, was on board 4 times and had a couple of stolen bases. He's 2 for 13 to start the year. He pulls this one toward the left field corner. He will be on board yet again. Gentry cuts it off, and it's a double for Delino DeShields to lead off the game. First extra base hit of the season for the Rangers center fielder.
Going to my Hyundai key for this game tonight for the Angels to be successful. A little Tyler Dane glove will lead you back. I think it's going to come down to is a defensive play or 2. Certainly one of the better defenders in all of baseball. And Simmons got a Gold Glover out in the right. Mike Trout outstanding in center. And also the fact is you got Craig Gentry in left. So defense with these 2 pitchers may indeed be the reason the club wins a game tonight.
Rougned Odor jumping up to that 2 spot, as we mentioned, with Shin-Soo Choo getting scratched. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Odor, the second baseman, 2 for 18 to start the year. Those 2 hits coming in this series. A home run yesterday, 2-run shot, his first of the year. A couple of runs batted in on the season. Escobar way in on the grass at third. And this one out toward right. Calhoun getting behind it. Tagging is DeShields. Here comes a throw from Calhoun. It's a little bit offline. And DeShields in safely at third base.
Yeah, Cole did everything well as far as getting himself in good throwing position. Got behind the baseball, like you mentioned, Victor. Good momentum going forward. But the throw just a little bit up that third base line, and with DeShields' speed, very difficult to throw him out. Good base running by DeShields. Right away, he got back to the base and got himself lined up as if he's sprinting towards the base at third.
Fielder the batter. 3 infielders on the right side. Escobar stays at home. He's between short and third. 1 ball, no strikes. It's not the full shift that we usually see on fielder where Giavotella or Escobar's out in shallow right field. They keep the 3 guys on the dirt. Texas has scored at least a run in each of the first 2 games of this series. 1 on Thursday, 3 last night in the first.
And the one thing with the shift on, Victor, you would think the Shields would have a great opportunity to go on the contact play, hit anywhere, because he can get a much bigger lead because you got Escobar well off the base at third. Knowing to hold him on, you have no chance of a back pick. So get a bigger lead. Very difficult. Anything on the ground will certainly score him.
That is ripped out toward right center field. 1-0 Texas. As Fielder picks up his 7th RBI of the season. So yet again, the Angels giving up a run in the first.
It's happened too often early in the season where you put your offense, which has still been struggling to get rolling, behind. A couple of pitches now in this inning has been upstairs for Richards. The velocity was good, but it's upstairs, and Fielder's been very good against Richards in his career now. 9 for 21. That's an over 400 batting average.
That's 4 of the 5 games the Angels have played this year. They've allowed at least 1 run in the first inning. 1-0 Texas, 1 out. Man at first base. Adrian Beltre takes a strike. Beltre 4 for 19 to start the year with a couple of runs batted in. 1 for 5 in last night's contest. One. Mentioned these two, Richards and Hamels, tangled in last game of the season last year in Texas. Remember, the Angels needing a 4-game sweep at the miraculous game on Saturday, the 9th inning, to keep their hopes alive at game 162.
Had the lead in that game too.
Yeah.
The last game of the year, 2-0, a 2-run home run by Albert Pujols.
Hamels went the distance, allowed just 3 hits. Garrett went 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs, and the rest, as they say, is history. Texas won the division, and the Angels were knocked out.
See, that's the odd thing with Richards. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, but it was upstairs, and Beltre was on that pitch. Richards much better when he starts that fastball at the knees, in and out, and slider the same.
Garrett last year got 4 starts against Texas, went 3-1 with a 2.70 ERA. This is his 19th game, 15th start against the Rangers. Fielder at first, 1-0 Texas. We're in the first. This one up the middle. Giavitello is shading him there. Flips to Simmons. That's an unconventional 4-6-3.
You don't see that one too often.
Texas strikes for a run. We will head to the bottom of the first. Escobar, Gentry, and Trout coming up with the Angels down a run. Take a look at my socials lineup for game number 5 on the 2016 campaign. Escobar, Gentry, and Trout at third, left, and center respectively. We got Albert DH and Crone at first, Cole Calhoun in right field, Anderson Simmons the shortstop, Carlos Perez behind the plate. Johnny Giavitello had the night off last night, back in the lineup, playing second base. They are taking on the 32-year-old left-hander native of San Diego, California. Picked up last year from the Philadelphia Phillies, Cole Hamels on the mound for the Rangers.
Yeah, very good. In his last 11 starts, dating back to last August, 8-0 for Cole Hamels. Fastball, 90-94. Cut fastball, curveball, very good changeup. Pitches inside very effectively also.
This one ripped up the middle, leadoff single for Yunel Escobar.
My go-tos, though, to be successful against a very good pitcher in Cole Hamels is think the other way. We saw that right back up the middle, and elevation a must. Don't chase something down in the strike zone. Bring that fastball up. It flattens out a little bit against Cole Hamels. He's given up 2 home runs this year, both against left-handed batters, which is odd against him.
Yeah, Cano and Seager got him on opening day. There's Craig Gentry, the left fielder, showing bunt. Bunts right through it. And it's no balls to the strike. Gentry 2 for 8. Has a double and a couple of runs batted in for the Angels. Did not play last night. Got the start in left on Thursday night. Ended up going 1 for 4. Not bunting this time, but the off speed is blocked by Chirinos.
And as you can see with that high leg kick for Cole Hamels, you can steal against him. Base zeros last season, 24 stolen bases against him in 27 attempts. He had 2 pickoffs, 26 career pickoffs for Hamels. But you pick the right time, you go on that first move and guess right, you're going to be successful.
Tall, lanky lefty, listed at 6'4" from a first-round pick after 2002. The Philadelphia Phillies, 17th overall selection. Rancho Bernardo High School. Third at first, and Escobar.
Yeah, favorite player growing up, as you would expect, Tony Gwynn, the San Diego native.
He had 12 starts for Texas after the trade, was 7-1 with a 3.66. Off speed low. 2 balls and a strike. Part of an 8-player deal. We saw Diekman last night, the lefty, also part of that deal coming over to Texas. And his stock was already high, went up just a tick after in his last start with the Philadelphia Phillies, throwing a no-hitter.
That helps.
Against the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
Always had great numbers in the postseason also.
Two and two.
World champion with the Phillies in 08, with the World Series again in 09 with the Phillies. He has very good career numbers. Postseason 7-5 in the ERA, just over 3.
Just missed inside. Full count.
He thought he had it.
Yeah.
Looking up at our Fox tracks, just a little bit off the inside corner at 92.
Mark Carlson calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mike DeMuro at first, Quinn Walcott at second, and the crew chief Brian Gorman at third base. Texas striking for a run on the top of the first, a double by DeShields. A fly ball to right, and then a base hit by Fielder. Here's the 3-2, and that is ball 4. So the first 2 have reached to start the bottom of the first. And Trout will come up with a couple of men on. Let's take a look at the Rangers defensively tonight. They've got Desmond, DeShields, and Rua in the outfield from left to right. Beltre, Andrews, Odor, and Moreland from third to first. Chirinos behind the plate.
And Andrews at that shortstop position has played over 1,000 games, 1,057 as a matter of fact, career games at shortstop, which is second most in franchise history. Eddie Brinkman had 1,104 career starts at that shortstop position. This is exactly why you draw it up, that situation where you have 2 runners on for Mike Trout, followed by Albert Pujols. And before a great pitcher settles in, you have to get him early.
This one lifted down the line, slicing foul and out of play. No balls and a strike. Trout 3 for 15. Still looking for that first extra base hit and first RBI of the regular season.
He's 2 for 4 in his career versus Hamels.
Down and in. Escobar swinging first pitch, singled up the middle, and Gentry just worked the walk.
Turned over a pretty good changeup. Mentioned keys against Cole coming in are the go-tos. You got to elevate those pitches. That changeup when it starts at the knees is a very effective pitch to get a swing and miss with. 8 punch-outs in his first start of the season and 7 innings pitched.
Breaking ball down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two in tight, full count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pulled foul.
Gentry with a big lead at first.
Ground ball to the right side. Marlins only plays to first. 1 down. Escobar moves to third and Gentry to second. We tied him up with that fastball in. You weren't kidding about Cole Hamels pitching inside.
Yeah, he's not afraid to go inside. He's been very good. When you pitch in a ballpark like he did at Citizen Bank in Philly, you know you don't want to get hitters allowed to have their arms extended. So he's been very good as far as pitching inside. And that baseball is right on the handle of the bat of Mike Trout.
Infield back for Texas. Pujols up.
There's Beltre always in that conversation with the third base coach and the runner at third base.
Breaking pitch foul. Albert clearly with a lot of experience facing Cole Hamels. 5 for 27 in his career with 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Escobar, who singled to lead off the bottom of the first, just had his 30th at bat against Cole Hamels. Playing in the same division.
There's that fastball in again. So you're looking for patterns. Slow curve, fastball in. Generally, he'll follow that up with a changeup the very next pitch.
Albert 1 RBI shy of 1,700 for his career. There's that changeup you're talking about. 1 and 2.
Especially ones that have a good feel for the changeup, because you don't want to fall behind 2-1. You know you're going to be close enough to the plate after a fastball in that you can throw the changeup close enough that the hitter will be aggressive against it. And that's exactly what happened to Albert there on that changeup.
Foul off. Halos last night, as we mentioned, issues with men in scoring position. Went 1 for 9 last night. 5 for 19 now in the series against Texas.
Right now, all Albert has to be thinking is worst case scenario, they get a ground ball to Andrews or Odor for a run.
The 2 strikes, they've reshifted with Odor back on the second base side. This one pulled foul into the dugout.
And you can see by that approach by Albert, he's in protect mode. He's just trying to hit a ball on the ground if he can. Got to get that run home. And before the really good ones, the great ones settle in as far as on the mound, you have to take advantage and score some runs early against them before they settle in and get better feel for the all-speed pitches to go along with their fastball.
Just joining his fielder gave Texas a 1-0 lead with a base hit in the first. 2 on and 1 out for the Angels, trying to answer here in the bottom of the inning. Ground ball to short. Escobar's coming home. The throw goes to third, and out at third is the call by Brian Corbin. The game is tied at 1 as Pujols picks up his 1700th career RBI.
Congrats to Albert on that one. Again, he was just in that protect mode. He got the ball on the ground. He got it to the shortstop. And Andrews alertly throws to third base. A little bit of a high throw, but a quick tag on the back just before the hand hits the base by Craig Gentry.
Are you overly fond with that play right there? Already in scoring position?
I stay right there and be satisfied, because a base hit by C.J. Cron scores you. You're already in scoring position, like you mentioned. You don't want to be that out at third base, because you stay there and make that long throw across the diamond. You never know with a long throw from a shortstop. Some things can go wrong on it. Even though he's been a very good one defensively, Andrews at short, it's still a longer throw. And just a little overly aggressive for Gentry.
No balls, 2 strikes on Cron. Albert now sole possession of 24th all time in the RBI list. 1,700. Reggie Jackson's up next. Matter of fact, he's chasing Reggie both in the RBI and home run totals.
And the big hurt just ahead of that with 4 more. But again, I really like what Albert did. You could see what his approach was. I mean, he's looking to hit the ball into the ballpark early in the count, but he shortened up his swing. He was determined to make sure at the very least he put that ball in play and put it on the ground in the middle of the infield. It's the reason why he has 1,700 RBI.
1-2 to Cron. Missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. CJ 2 for 14 on the year, has 1 double. Pressed into action yesterday when Nava was taken out of the game with the laceration on his left hand. Cron ended up going 0 for 3. 24 pitches thrown by Hamels. Here's the 25th, and Cron fouls it off.
Changed his pattern a bit there, went fastball in followed by a high fastball. But in the outer half of the plate, that's setting up something all speed. There's 2 options. He can go change up, down and away, or throw that hard breaker ball down and in the dirt area.
Fouled off the leg. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A single, a walk, a ground down, and a fielder's choice. First 4 batters here in the first against Hamels. Cue shot. Hamels snags it. That'll do it for the Angels, but they do tie it up. Albert Pujols with the RBI ground down. We'll head to the second. It's a 1-1 tie. season-long subscription to MLB.tv Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB to sign up now. Catch every moment on America's fastest-growing LTE network. Top of the second on a cool night, 64 degrees at first pitch. Slight little rain falling when the game started, but not raining right now. Cole Hamels threw 27 pitches in the first. Garrett Richards threw 12, and it's as if it's a 0-0 tie, because it's a 1-1 tie. Marlin Desmond Andrews for Texas here in the second. This one flipped out to left center field. Will get down for a leadoff single.
After that base hit, and now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. We talked about how that inning ended last inning on a 4-6-3 double play. The unusual thing is Johnny Givitello on the shortstop side of the base with the flip to Andrew Simmons. As he runs across on the flip, steps on the base to complete a 4-6-3 double play. You have to practice that, because most times you would think the second baseman will take it himself. But with the momentum going for Simmons, much easier play to complete. 4-6-3 double play.
He had Desmond, the left fielder, 3 for 19 so far this year. A couple of walks last night, going 0 for 3.
It's a good slider, good location. Now, I know most times Garrett will go to a slider right now, but a fastball away, just about a half a baseball off the outside corner, would be a perfect pitch.
Fastball upstairs, 1-2.
Tried that outer part of the plate, a little bit too high to get him to swing and miss on it, though.
Up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pretty good fastball. You can see just off the outside corner. Carlos tried to bring it back. It's about a half a baseball out of the zone.
Good breaking ball. Down goes Desmond, 1 away.
I really like that pitch right there. That was an under control slider from Garrett Richards to get a swing and miss.
Host a business function or celebrate a special occasion in your own private suite at Angel Stadium. Suite rentals offer all-inclusive food and beverage packages. Visit angels.com/suites for more info. One out and 1 on. Elvis Andrus at the plate. Two for 5 game last night. Texas with a total of 7 hits last night. The Angels had 7. Andrus with 3 runs batted in so far. Two-0. Up and in. 3 balls and no strikes.
Looked like Richards threw a changeup there after back-to-back sliders. Go back to his last start for Richards. Average fastball about 97 miles an hour, but as far as changeups, he threw about 8% of his pitches last game were changeups. Generally in the past, he was barely at 1% of his pitches changeups. getting more and more comfortable with that.
Out toward right. Cole was playing in, moves back, is there. 2 down. Moreland back to first.
I still like seeing Cole playing shallow like that to take that away. Comfortable going back on that fly ball. Hit well by Andrews, but plenty of opportunity to get back and get comfortable and make the play.
Ryan Rua takes inside. Rua 0 for 4 to start the season. Getting the emergency start out in right field with Chu being scratched. Calf strain for Shin-Soo Choo. Challenges with a high fastball, comes up empty.
He has pretty good power. He's got good power to the other way, so if it's an elevated pitch, he can drive the ball to right center field very well.
Rua last year played in 28 games at 193 for Texas. That one missed. Missed a good chunk of the season last year with a right heel fracture. Good breaking ball. Rua had first taste of big league life in 2014. 295 with a couple of home runs for Texas in 28 games. 17th round pick in 2011. Two balls, 2 strikes, with 2 outs and a breaking ball is blocked. Moreland will stay at first, although he's going to be on the move now with 2 outs.
Good job by Carlos to keep that ball close to him. Hard slider in the dirt. That spin once it hits the dirt. His body in front of it. Not allowing Moreland to advance in the scoring position. But will be going, like you mentioned, Victor, on a 3-2 count with 2 outs.
Catcher Robinson Chirinos on deck. 1-1 here in the second. Called strike 3, got him looking. And that leadoff single stranded at first. Look at the bottom of the second. It's a tie game.
Cole Calhoun had a great season at the bat, but what he did in the field was outstanding. Diving, making some outstanding plays on his way to winning the Gold Glove as the top right fielder in the American League. Artie Moreno, along with Mike Scioscia, Billy Epler, Dennis Cole, to give him the Gold Glove. What a great trophy to be able to have in the house for Cole Calhoun, the winner, Gold Glove, right field last season.
He will lead things off, followed by Andrelton Simmons and Carlos Perez here in the second against Cole Hamels.
And how often you see a guy gets a Gold Glove, leads off the next inning?
Almost works out that way.
It does.
At least the highlight package.
Yes.
You know, look good. Two balls and no strikes. Cole 4 for 12 so far this year with 1 RBI. Cole may have chased the pitch just off the plate, but offered at it since 2 balls and 1 strike. Calhoun last year just a 220 average against left-handed pitching. After hitting 272 against righties. The year before he had 252 against lefties. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. That's out toward left center field. DeShields was playing shallow, but he can't get there. It's a leadoff single.
Both pitchers so far in this game have had to deal with the leadoff hitter being on base.
So Andrelton Simmons will come up. Simmons last night 2 for 4 with a double and a single. 3 for 14 so far. Has 2 doubles on the young season. Infield for Texas, middle infield in particular, playing in a couple of steps. 1 ball, no strikes.
Simmons not a lot of success in his career versus Cole Hamels. Is 1 for 19. So you think maybe a push bunt down that first baseline potentially.
Ground ball left side. Beltre cuts it off. Clips to a door for 1. Gets rid of it. Quickly turns 2. And it'll clear the bases for the Angels. A double play hit into by Simmons.
Catcher number 58, Carlos Perez.
Nice feed by Beltre, but I'll tell you what, Odor's got a strong throwing arm. And he hangs right in there for a hard slide with the best of them. How quickly he gets rid of the baseball to transfer and to throw. And Simmons out pretty easily there at first base.
Beltre doesn't cut that ball off. They don't turn 2.
No. And it's a difficult play for Andrews also. And how well he moves for a 37-year-old playing third base. It's amazing.
Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carlos Perez. Kind of reminds me of a young me.
The young you.
The infamous Torrey Hunter quote
That was
on
the best.
Peter Borges.
Yeah, that was the best.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Hope Torrey's enjoying retirement. I'm sure he is.
He went down to camp down in Fort Myers with the Minnesota Twins just to work with Sano, their youngster playing right field for the first time in his career.
Bouncer back to the mound. 2 complete here at the Big A. It's a 1-1 game. We are tied at 1, 9-1-2 coming up for Texas. Want to remind you the 20-game flex plan offers a variety of game options to choose from, which include premium matchups, Saturday night fireworks, and popular promotional giveaway nights. Just log on at angels.com/ticket plans for more info. One of those promotional nights tonight, firework night.
Yes. Saturday night, right? Spectacular.
All the way till midnight. Not the fireworks show, but the Saturday part.
Yeah.
That'd be one heck of a fireworks show.
I was going to say, that'd be impressive.
Go off at 9 for 3 hours. Sure the neighbors won't mind.
No.
Chirinos, the catcher, 4 for 13. A couple of doubles, a home run, 2 runs batted in so far.
Tell you what, that was good scouting because Chirinos in this series so far has jumped on a first pitch fastball and has done some damage. That first pitch from Richards was a slider.
Garrett with 2 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed. A little frustrated with that pitch. Two. Ground ball left side. Escobar has it. One away.
Well, Escobar has some good hands, soft hands over that third base position for him, or shortstop. Yes, you're getting used to that third base position with the Nationals. Now with the Angels this season.
DeShields led off the game with a double. Came around to score the Rangers run in the first. Fielder brought him home, picked up his 7th RBI. Angels tied it to the bottom of the first, a ground out. Fielder's choice by Albert Pujols. Gentry forced out at third, and that's twice now. Richards has really overthrown that breaking pitch, bouncing way out in front of the plate.
Yeah, just trying to get, that was a curveball there, this overthrown curveball. The slider is going to be anywhere between 87 and 90 range. Curveball going to be 80 to 84 range. Changeups around 88 to 90. Fastball upper 90s.
Two balls and a strike. DeShields, first round, 8th overall pick by the Astros in 2010. And the Rangers selected him in the Rule 5 draft prior to last year. Did a nice job settling in as the pretty much everyday guy after a while in center field for Jeff Bannister.
Reason why he's getting that opportunity, he's been patient at the plate. Seems like he's been on base every time we look up. Got to try to keep him off the base, especially with that speed. It slows down the game, your rhythm on the mound, because you got to throw over and worry about him trying to steal a base.
And a 1-out walk, first free pass issued by Richards. So the one guy you really want to keep off base. We will see a ton of step-offs and throws over to first base now. DeShields with 2 stolen bases. He's been caught once. Both those stolen bases happening yesterday. So at 1 on Odor. Texas overall 4 for 8 in the stolen base category. The Angels have yet to attempt a stolen base.
Richards not easy to steal against either. Last year gave up 6 stolen bases in 11 attempts. It did have his pick off last year. Quick to the plate and good fastball. Rush up there upper 90s and quick to the plate gives your catcher a much better chance to throw out a would-be base stealer.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Got him pretty good on that foul ball off the leg. Cut fastball. Just above the guard he has on the leg. The top of it still got part of the leg.
Skied this one to shallow center. Simmons going out, but Trout calls him off. 2 down.
Designated hitter, number 84, Prince Fielder.
Taylor 1 for 1 with a single and the RBI in the first. Giavotella out in shallow right with the shift done. Good off speed pitch from Garrett.
And that's a very solid changeup. Didn't overthrow it. 89-mile-an-hour changeup. And always the key to make sure you don't overthrow that changeup. Trust the grip. Don't change anything differently. If you're throwing it a little bit too hard, you just drag that back leg a little bit longer. Take a little more velocity off that changeup.
In the dirt, not much Perez can do. Wild pitch puts a man in scoring position.
His tough pitch is in the dirt once again. Hector Ortiz, first base coach, right away said go. As soon as he saw that ball in the dirt.
Back-to-back changeups against Fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. This one off the plate. Richards will field it. And they get him. Man stranded in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 9-1-2 coming up for the Halos.
in the bottom of the third. And here's tonight's Cold Hard Facts, which are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Lights. Angels start season 1-3. 5th time in the last 7 seasons the club has started 1-3. Started 2-2 or better the previous 17 seasons. We've seen that over the years with Mike Scioscia's club. Little slow start, but turning around and start playing some solid baseball. Need to do so tonight against this Texas club and a very good pitcher, Cole Hamels.
No truth to the rumor the Angels petitioning Major League Baseball to start the season May 1st.
Or count some of those spring training games just for fun.
It's been weird.
They take it from somebody that had some pretty good springs in April. Not real good for me.
Yeah.
No.
Giavotella evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike with that foul ball. But yeah, I mean, then again, you're going from sunny South Florida, the Fort Myers area. You'd have to go back up to balmy Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, but I always would say, but I grew up in a cold climate.
Yeah.
You would think that would be all right. It didn't work out that way. I was happy when May 1st came around myself.
Yeah. Especially on that artificial turf.
Yeah, it was
frozen.
It was comfortable. Ground ball pitcher on the turf was already hard as cement as it was, and then he mixed in some cold weather. It was flying through that infield.
I'm sure George Toma really appreciates you complaining about his turf. Giavotella lines one over to second.
He's in the Royals Hall of Fame.
Yes,
He's all right.
he is. Giavotella retired, and that'll bring up Yunel Escobar. Escobar saw 1 pitch in the first and lined it up the middle for a base hit and eventually scored the tying run. Escobar has 1 home run. That was on Thursday night. Evens the count up. The Angels made a move today from a pitching standpoint. Cam Bedrosian was sent down. A.J. Achter was brought up from AAA Salt Lake. Achter threw the ball well in spring training.
You talk about a heavy sinker. He gets ground ball after ground ball out.
2-1 now. Bullpen's been used quite a bit through the first 4 games. Be surprised if Rasmus not even ready till Monday. So a lot of pitches last night's game. What, 50? A little over 50?
Yeah, he threw the ball very, very well. Good count now to try to bring a fastball up in the strike zone for Escobar to drive it in the alley.
Works the walk. Second one issued by Hamels. Puts a man on for Gentry. 2 strikeouts, or pardon me, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and 2 hits allowed for Hamels so far. Gentry worked a walk in the first. Check in on Escobar. Career high in victories for Hamels, 17. That was a member of the Phillies back in 2012. About as durable as they come. You could pencil them in for 200 innings, 30+ starts every year.
his favorite ballpark being in Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark. I mean, you go from a ballpark where the ball flies out of Citizen Bank to one even worse as far as for a pitcher. Maybe he likes to swing the bat.
Maybe it's a mound thing.
Yeah.
Or the perception sometimes. Some ballparks like the feel odd.
The Kingdome had a great mound back in the day in Seattle. It felt like you were about 5 feet from home plate. The walls and fences were about 10 feet away from home plate also. But the mound felt good. Felt like you could throw upper 90s. Even though you look at the radar, you're upper 80s.
Something wrong with the gun.
Just say it.
Gentry pulls one to third. Beltre to Odor on to first. And they turn to double play. Second one turned by the Texas Rangers. So we played 3 here at the Big A. Still a 1-1 game. Game 3 of this 4-game series against the Texas Rangers. Hey folks, a new season of The Ultimate Fighter. Team Joanna versus Team Claudia will feature both women's strawweight and male light heavyweight competitors. It all begins with the season premiere on Wednesday, April 20th, only on FS1. Plus, don't miss Tough Talk immediately following each new episode all season long. Yeah, buddy. Don't miss the Tough Talk.
Oh, man. I'm cool.
What are you, sparring over there?
Shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing. You ready for the Pacquiao fight tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Beltre, Moreland, and Desmond here against Garrett Richards. 47 pitches so far, 27 for strikes, 2 punch-outs and a walk. Beltre grounded to a double play in the first. He drives one out to straightaway center field. Trout at the wall, and he can't get it. He goes over the fence, a home run for Beltre. And it snaps the tie, and it's 2-1 Texas. Beltre with his first home run of the season.
Third of his career against Richards. Fastball upstairs, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's upstairs. Above the belt. Very good as far as bringing his hands up through the baseballs. Trout almost got to that baseball, a little too far though. The 137th career RBI for Beltre versus the Angels, including 36 home runs.
Two balls and no strikes on Moreland, who had a single in the second. Beltre now with 414 career home runs. Good rip by Moreland, fouls it back to it too.
Absolutely no doubt a future Hall of Famer.
Lifted foul. This one will find its place in the seats. No, Escobar gives it a look. Beltre now tied for 49th all-time on that home run list, with Darrell Evans, who was on that list.
I helped that one out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Count remains at 2-2. 2-1 Texas here in the fourth. Home run by Beltre, the fourth hit allowed by Garrett. Looked like he went around. Yes, he did. Brian Gorman rings him up, one down.
Third strikeout for Richards. See the movement when that fastball is downstairs. No question, cross the plate. Much better, much more movement, both sink and cut action when it's a low fastball from Richards as compared to an elevated one like he threw to Beltre.
Beltre's hit the ball hard twice against him. He hit that sharp ground ball to Giavitello that ended up being a double play the first time up, but it was on a high fastball up. Desmond struck out his first time up.
I know you're sitting at home, you're thinking, okay, we often talk about the high fastball, very difficult to catch up to for most pitchers against hitters. But Richards' fastball is much better, much more movement when it's downstairs. It flattens out, even though it's still firm upstairs.
Giavitello moves over to the right side now with 2 strikes.
So that's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. You would think you would be able to get that by Desmond, but not as much movement. See the pitch range so far in this game for Richards: 80-mile-an-hour curveball, 98 on the fastball, 18-mile-an-hour differential in those pitches.
Down goes Desmond. 2 outs, back-to-back strikeouts for Garrett.
That was nasty. After a 97-mile-an-hour fastball back-to-back, you throw a slider like this. Sharp, true break to that slider from Richards.
So 2 outs, the base is clear for Elvis Andrus. Hit a fly ball to right field in the second. Ground ball to the right side, and that is through, with Giavitello shading him up the middle. 2 out single keeps the inning alive as Ryan Rua now will step up.
Right fielder, number 16, Ryan Rua.
We've seen a couple times in this series Andrus going to that ground ball to the right side of the infield with that shift being on, at least modified shift, with that side of the infield wide open. We've always seen Andrus over the years shoot that ball to the right side of the infield early in the count, especially first or second pitch. He'll try to turn on it, then he looks away. A couple shortstops come to mind that used to do that quite well, with Cal Ripken Jr. Alan Trammell. They look to turn and hit the ball out early and then go away for singles to right field deep in the count.
Rua struck out looking to end the second. 0 for 1. Lifts this one out to the alley in left center field. That'll split the outfielders. Trying to cut it off as Gentry does so. Spins around, fires it in. Andrews is being waved in. Here comes the throw from Simmons to the plate, and he is out. The hand of Elvis Andrews into the spike of Carlos Perez, and clearly Andrews is hurt. Jeff Bannister's going to have a look at it. And of course, the Rangers are going to see if there was a lane for Andrews to take.
That's an unbelievable relay throw. Well done all the way around. And I know they'll check that to see if he got his hand in there. It's certainly a path to the plate. Now, did he get his hand in on that plate before? What a throw. See that angle right there? See if that hand, it's tough to see. We're getting blocked by Chirinos.
Well, there's clearly a path to the plate.
And
the hand went underneath there.
Did it ever get through to the plate at that point, though? I don't know if that hand ever really got through the foot. Right here. Good angle. Hand. No, it doesn't look like the hand ever even got there.
They are going to challenge this. So Mark Carlson, the home plate umpire, made the call, and the crew chief Brian Gorman will behind home plate area, putting the headsets on to talk to New York.
And an accurate throw to Hopper. But again, did the hand get through the foot? There's a path to the plate, but that hand is not through there at that point when the tag is applied. But if you're Bannister, it's worth a gamble, I think, at this point, to see if the hand did get in there for another angle. But what a throw. Nice job all the way around defensively.
Are they challenging the call of the plate, or are they challenging the path to the plate?
I mean, for me, there's a part of the plate available for Andrews.
Right.
He can use his other hand.
They're challenging the call of out at the plate. Andrews looking at that left hand. That's that going in head first. You're always going to put yourself in jeopardy there. If the play stands, then only the one run on the Beltray home run, and it's the third out of the inning.
It's really a huge play with these two pitchers on the mound for both teams, especially for the Angels, is to keep it a one-run deficit. Is there enough to be able to overturn this call? That's the thing. A definitive angle to show that Andrews' fingers got on the plate.
And even just to get to that point where you've got a shot at the play, credit Craig Gentry for getting that ball, cutting it off, and getting it back toward the infield quickly.
You see how far he had to go, and he's all the way out there at the warning track at the wall. Everything was perfect on that one. And the tag. Did that hand ever get in there? It's tough to tell.
Yeah, it looks as if it does. The only problem is it conclusive enough to see the hand touch the plate before the tag? And I think that obviously is what those guys back in New York are looking at. Call at the plate is out. And that's what the Angels are hoping for, that the call does stand or is confirmed. Keep this a one-run deficit. Otherwise, Texas continues to bat with a two-run lead. Here comes the call from Gorman. Out is the call.
Excellent defense.
Yep. So Rua gets credited with a double, but no RBIs. Andrus is retired at the plate for the third out, and the Rangers are out of challenges. Well, to the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 Texas.
tremendous play. That's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. What a job by Craig Gentry to be able to cut that off, get it quickly into Simmons, who relays a perfect throw, and a great tag by Carlos Perez. Textbook 7-6-2 on the putout.
And it wasn't the cleanest throw from Andrelton Simmons, a two-hopper, but he's got such a strong arm that the ball got to Perez in a hurry.
He was a long ways away. Plus the grass a little bit wet from the rain. Skipped perfectly right into the glove of Carlos Perez.
Texas still leads it 2-1, courtesy of the Beltre lead-off home run in the 4th inning, as the Angels have Trout, Pujols, and Cron here in the 4th. A ball and a strike on Trout, who grounded out to Moreland in the 1st inning. Hamels threw 27 pitches in the 1st, but has settled down since. 11 in the 2nd, 13 in the 3rd.
First at bat against Trout, a cutter in. That's another. We saw a cut fastball followed by another fastball inside. Very patient, works counts, sees a lot of pitches. Mike Trout.
2-2 count. And he got him with a breaking pitch. 1 down. First strikeout for Hamels.
Big curveball after the high fastball. He went cut fastball, fastball in, high fastball, and 79-mile-an-hour curveball to get a swing and miss. I wonder if Albert's going to be looking first pitch, try to do some damage.
Albert picked up an RBI in the 1st inning, his 2nd of the year, 1700th of his career. He had been tied with Jim Thome. As we talk about Beltre being a future Hall of Famer, Jim Thome.
Better be.
Yeah. Guy came up as a 3rd baseman, Cleveland Indians.
Played first base a lot of years, including with the Phillies.
2-0. 2-1.
See if he throws a changeup after his cut fastball in.
Ground ball towards short. Speed pitch, 2 down.
Exactly, came right back with that changeup.
First baseman, number 24, C.J. Cron.
So his base is clear for C.J. Cron. Bounce went back to Hamels in the 1st inning. The Angels have 2 hits tonight, both singles. No balls and 2 strikes. Texas with 6. Talking about a textbook clinic on how to pitch inside here.
Enough off speed away, so you got to be aware of that, but then he comes right back in.
Fouled off, 1-2 still.
And still good life on his fastball. 93 on that one. Now he's got a couple of different options. He can come right back in with that cut fastball inside, or he can throw that changeup in that same plane of that 93-mile-an-hour fastball away. Now, if you're C.J. Cron, you just look for a mistake and get the barrel of the bat on it.
Just off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. chases the changeup in the dirt in a 1-2-3 inning for Hamels. Picks up 2 strikeouts in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. 2-1 Texas.
Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Subaru Loves Promise. Subaru's pledge is to do right by the communities in which we all live and work. And by El Pollo Loco. Try the new signature avocado tostadas today.
Top of the 5th inning, Texas on top by the score of 2-1. They scored 1 in the 1st. The Angels tied it up in the 1st, but Beltre led off the 4th with his first home run of the season to straightaway center field. Hamels at 66 pitches, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Garrett at 63 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 hits allowed. 9-1-2, Chirinos, DeShields, and Odor for the Rangers. First one upstairs. Chirinos grounded out sharply to Escobar, leading off the 3rd. It's the only time that Richards has retired the leadoff man to start in this game. Foul ball. Yep, on the swing.
Yeah, the indication right there from Mark Carlson that it was a swing. Because even if you get hit with a pitch, if you were in the process of swinging the bat, it's still a strike. See, that ball hit him right on the arm, but he's going through on a swing.
He got hit on the tricep the other day. Right forearm tonight.
Oh, one-time striking out. Carney Lansford, he had a full swing. I hit him right in the chest. It was a strikeout.
Carney,
yeah, he was swinging at everything. Oh yeah, he liked to swing the bat.
What do you say to you? They just pick up the ball and throw it back at you.
That was like a 2 for the price of 1. An Ernie Harwell moment. I hit a batter and get a strikeout at the same time.
Did you apologize? No. Sorry, Mr. Lansford.
Yes, exactly. He was a strong fella.
Yes, he was.
Very good player. Former Angel.
Kevin Harmon, the trainer, Jeff Bannister, taking a look at Chirinos. Richards throwing an occasional warm-up as they tend to Chirinos. And that got him flush on that right forearm.
Chirinos is a solid player for Texas. Very good behind the plate. You hope he's okay. Trying to see if he can grip the baseball bat. You would think right now, if you're Richards, you're going to try to throw a fastball in the inner half of the plate once again. Looks like he may be going break a ball instead.
Trinos, it almost looked like he had no interest of staying in there. Clearly
he was thinking fastball inside himself, I think.
Yeah. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's his throwing arm. He doesn't want to swing the bat.
He's clearly not comfortable.
As aggressive as he normally is.
Especially on a fastball.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the 5th. Hacks at this one, lifts one out to right.
That did not feel good with that swing either. And he hit it pretty far, but he's completely uncomfortable now.
Yeah, he dropped the bat immediately. And
credit him for staying in there in that at bat, but let's see, just not feeling real good. Right away, you can see the pain he is in on that swing. How strong he must be to hit a ball that far also. Hopefully he's going to be all right. He's in some pain now, though, in that dugout.
DeShields looks at a strike. A double and a walk for the Rangers center fielder. That's a good slider. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. 2 down.
A backup slider gets him. Finally keep him off the bases. Carlos setting up away for the slide. This one backed up on him. It's the call.
Been on board 7 times in this series.
They're the most difficult pitches to deal with as a hitter. You're reading slider, you think it's going to break down and away. Instead, almost had like a screwball type action when it went in. Kevin Apier used to be able to do that. When you fly open a little bit and you throw a slider, it ends up sometimes will react like a screwball, go down and in against a right-handed batter. It will make that hitter freeze thinking it's out of the strike zone.
2 balls, no strikes on Odor. Twice has hit a fly ball out. First time tonight that Garrett's retired the first 2 to start an inning.
And be careful here now. They're trying to groove a fastball to Odor. I like when he came back-to-back changeups. That was a real good one. Good spot.
Apparently got the corner according to Mark Carlson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Got him swinging a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. Well, at the bottom of the 5th inning, Texas still on top. by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Bottom of the 5th inning, Angels down 2-1. Calhoun, Simmons, and Perez here trying to solve Cole Hamels. He's got a new battery made. Brian Holiday takes over for Robinson Chirinos.
Well, you just hope Chirinos is okay. That baseball got him square on the arm.
Cole 1 for 1 with a base hit. As the first one misses low. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Cole Hamels. Holiday just recently acquired from the Detroit Tigers. Texas native.
Boy, a lot of times, especially when you're a younger pitcher and you have a change as far as the catching position, it becomes a little bit of a distraction. The veteran Cole Hamels already looks comfortable with Holiday behind the plate. He's been watching the whole game as a catcher in that dugout, knowing exactly the patterns he's trying to go through. And establishing that fastball in, both the lefties and righties, just like Chirinos did. Again, a little bit different when you're a younger pitcher, but a veteran pitcher, not as difficult.
Two balls, 2 strikes. That one missing off the plate. Time called. Boston beat Toronto earlier today. The Yankees over the Tigers 8-4. White Sox over Cleveland 7-3. Kansas City shut out the Twins 7-1. Oakland leading Seattle 2-1 in the 5th. Time called again. The Rays and the Orioles were postponed, as were the Marlins and the Nationals.
Not a bad idea to do that to Cole Hamels. He does not waste any time. He doesn't even move off the pitching rubber.
Full count.
Especially when you see a pitcher get in a groove. I'm going to try to throw the timing and rhythm the pitcher off. And that time you just step out or call for timeout every once in a while just to throw him off his game.
Payoff pitch, and he tied him up. Down goes Calhoun. 1 down. Register your little angel for the 2016 Junior Angels Kids Club for only $18. Members receive 4 ticket vouchers, a Junior Angels lunch bag, and other exclusive gifts. Sign up today at angels.com/juniorangels.
Well, that was a changeup that Cole Hamels threw to Cole Calhoun. There was a time where you didn't see many left-handed pitchers throw changeups to left-handed batters. That was a perfect spot by Hamels against Cole.
Simmons rips one up the middle, a base hit with 1 out here in the 5th.
Catcher number 58, Carlos Perez.
So a man on with 1 out. First base runner for the Angels since the walk to Escobar in the 3rd.
It's a long look over from Simmons over to Ron Renneke. You really very rarely ever see a hit and run put on with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. Very difficult to get a jump.
But could you throw that out the window if you've got a guy that has struggled to keep guys close to the base and have had where base runners have had good success against him in stealing bases?
I think though with Cole Hamels, he has that higher leg kick. If you have like a guy like Cliff Lee or guys that are quick to the plate, slide step,
right.
Yes. But the guys that can have that leg hang up like that, very difficult to get a jump against. So I don't think he can do it.
Carlos punches one to the right side. Odor feeds Andrews. And that's the 3rd double play the Angels have hit into tonight. 5 complete. Texas on top 2-1. Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org. It's the top of the 6th inning here at Angel Stadium. 2-1, Texas on top.
And we talked about the difference for a pitcher, especially a veteran pitcher, with a quick conversation with Holiday behind the plate. Just going through some strategy there after Trinos had to leave the game. Still in a pretty good rhythm. They were pitching inside what they call with the changeup, especially to Cole Calhoun, was outstanding. So that rapport and the conversation with the pitcher, catcher, the most important relationship really on a team.
Fielder takes upstairs for ball 1. 3, 4, and 5 for the Rangers here in the 6th. Fielder 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. Pretty close. It's 2-0. 79 pitches for Garrett. 48 strikes.
Try to get him to chase a 2-0 changeup. Good movement on that pitch. Out of the zone though.
6 strikeouts, 1 walk for Richards.
He'll be hacking 3-0 here, so be careful location-wise.
This one high and deep to right. Cole moving back on it. Reaching back for the fence and just shy of the wall. Makes the catch for the first out.
I was thinking 3-0. He's going to be hacking. He got a fastball. Almost those ones where you're trying to throw for a strike at 94. And he was ready. Just towards the end of the bat to keep it in the yard. Not off the end, but not right in that barrel of the bat to barely keep that in the ballpark.
Beltre fouls it. Beltre 1 for 2. Hitting any double play in the first, homered in the fourth. And that's hammered out to right field, chasing Cole back. He'll pull up, and this one is going to go off the wall. Beltre is on his way to second. The throw is late, and it's a double for Adrian Beltre. A home run in Texas with the regular size wall. Here it's a double.
Pretty good swing on a slider too, an 88-mile-an-hour slider from Richards. Want to make sure he got that in for a strike, but got around it a little bit, flattened it out middle part of the plate, and then a perfect swing from Beltre.
That's 3 very good swings for Beltre tonight. All 3 at bats. 2 for 3.
Came in hitting 270 in his career versus Richards. And we saw him over the years have some odd looks at some fastballs, especially cut fastballs away against Richards, but certainly not tonight.
1 out, 1 on. Moreland at the plate. Moreland had a base hit leading off the second, struck out in the fourth. This series wraps up tomorrow. Martin Perez, a lefty, against Jared Weaver. 12:35 start. Little bouncer right side. Richards off the mound. Barehanded and flips it and slides. And anytime you see something like that happen with Garrett Richards, you hold your breath.
Seems to be okay.
Left fielder, number 20, Ian Desmond.
Just slipped on the wet grass.
Did a nice job early in the game on a similar type of baseball hit his way under control. See the slip, the bare hand, and the flip over the first base. Seems to be okay. See how that baseball just went away from him.
Yeah, just
nervous
flashed back to Fenway.
Yeah,
man.
I never like to look at that. Well, I talked to Garrett in Tempe, and he said all winter long, working out with Andrew Heaney, he worked extremely hard to get his legs strong. He needed all of that there on that one.
Desmond drives one out to center field. Trout racing back, and at the wall will haul it in. Desmond gave it a ride, but we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels down 1. Long subscription to MLB Top TV Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB. Sign up now and catch every moment on America's fastest growing LTE network. Halos down 2-1. Jared Weaver getting a start tomorrow, his first of 2016. Angels will face another lefty, Martin Perez, tomorrow.
Looking forward to seeing Weave go out there. Good career numbers. It's the Rangers.
No balls, 2 strikes on Johnny Giavatello. Lined out softly to Odor in the 3rd inning.
In fact, 15-8 Weaver in his career versus Rangers.
One down. 4th strikeout for Hamels as we take a look at the Honda starting pitchers for tomorrow.
Perez, very good stuff himself. Weaver, 7-12 last year, but mentioned 15-game winner in his career versus the Rangers. Perez will pitch inside also. He's got a good fastball.
Yeah, he's a guy that nobody really talks about a whole lot in that rotation. He's got good stuff. Escobar takes outside.
Well, I'm looking at my book so far for Cole Hamels. Just 1 out recorded in the air in this game. Ground balls or strikeouts.
Little dribbler foul at the 3rd base side. 1-1 on Escobar. Now with a single and a run scored in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. .81 pitches for Hamels. Texas with a couple of runs on 7 hits. They've left 4 on base. The Angels with 1 run, 3 hits, and have stranded 1.
82 pitches from 50 strikes, 32 out of the zone for Cole Hamels.
Three and 1.
Well, looking back at last year on this 3-1 count against Cole Hamels, hitters hit 600 against him. 12 for 20 with 3 home runs and 5 RBI.
And Escobar works the walk. It's a third one issued by Hamels, and it'll bring up Gentry.
Escobar's been on base all 3 times, a couple of walks and a single.
Hamels doesn't seem to be bothered by putting a couple of guys on base. He's thrown 3 double play balls, 1 each in the last 3 innings. Matter of fact, the Angels have not had a man reach second base since the first. They went 0 for 2 with men in scoring position in that first inning. That goose egg since.
That's why maybe a push bunt down the first base line to see if he can change something up against him with that speed of Gentry.
Gentry walked to the first, rolled into a 5-4-3 inning, and he double played the third.
We've seen Gentry over the years going against the Angels. Very good bunter, great speed, especially when you have a first baseman holding the runner on and a left-handed pitcher on the mound.
Called strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Trout on deck. Not bunting now. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he's going high fastball, come back with that changeup off it. Then he'll throw the cut fastball in.
Two now. Down and in. Full count.
Well, he hasn't changed his patterns. I mean,
No.
why would you?
When
you throw that well.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you think, see, that's what happens a lot to younger pitchers. They think, well, I can't go back to that same pitch. They got to be ready for it. Well, they haven't done that yet. Why would you change? And a lot of times in these spots, too, he'll throw a changeup.
Set up inside. And he bounced her toward third. Beltre will let it roll. That's an infield base hit. And a really curious mistake by the veteran Adrian Beltre. He's played a lot of games in this ballpark, and he knows that's usually going to stay fair.
Yeah, we've never seen any baseball really would roll foul once it goes down on that line. He knows Gentry's speed, but with his arm, and especially because he's so quick on the transfer and that side arm he throws, he still has a shot at him. It's not going to roll foul. And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia, with Mike Trout coming to the plate. Second man in history in the American League to finish first or second in MVP voting 4 straight years. The other, the late great Hall of Famer Yogi Berra.
2 on and 1 out. Trout takes a little bit low. Mike hitless tonight, 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a strikeout in the 4th. It's 3 for 17 to start the year. Still looking for that first RBI. 1-0. Bounces this one to third. Beltre lays back on it. Will go to third base and tag out Yunel Escobar for out number 2.
And an off-speed pitch out of the strike zone. And another ground ball out.
A little wicked spin to it too. That ball kicking to Beltre's right. So 2 outs now. Gentry at second, Trout at first. So good speed on the bases with Albert up. Albert tied the game up at 1 with a fielder's choice in the first inning. Second RBI of the year.
Albert with just 5 career hits and 29 at-bats against Cole Hamels, but 3 of those 5 have left the building.
One-0. That's in there. Outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Albert pops it up. Moreland is there. The Angels waste another opportunity. 6 complete. Still down 2-1.
This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. On a mission to save you money, log on to mercuryinsurance.com today to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Halos tonight 0 for 4 with men in scoring position. We will start the 7th with Texas still on top 2-1. Bottom third of the order coming up for the Rangers, and Andrus, Brewer, and Holiday. Garrett 86 pitches. 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and a walk. Gave up a home run to Adrian Beltre leading off the 4th, and that snapped the 1-1 tie. Elvis Andrus 1 for 2 with a base hit to right. Chopper left side, Escobar cuts it off. High throw, and the air mails Crow. Had all day to get the out, and that'll be Escobar's 3rd error of the season.
They're the ones when you react quickly, you generally won't make that mistake, but a lot of time on the throw, plenty of time to throw, and Andrus was in position, and then the high throw over the head of C.J. Cron, not an easy thing to do, and not only over the head but into the dugout to allow him to get to second base.
Here's Ryan Rua, man at second, nobody out. Rua 1 for 2 with a credited with a double and a strikeout. Rua hit that ball to the alley in left center field that we thought was going to score Elvis Andrus from first base, but Andrus thrown out at the plate. The Angels have left-hander Jose Alvarez loosening now. New bullpen coach Scott Radinsky looking on. Two balls, one strike.
Trying to stay in on the hands of Rua. Reason why you're doing that, forcing to hit a ground ball on the left side of the infield, not allowing Andrews to advance on an out. Rua's trying to hit the ball the other way to advance him.
An error by Escobar, putting Andrews in scoring position. Yes, he did. No, he did. Mike DeMiro says he did not.
Wow, that's pretty close. Gonna be awfully strong to prevent that bat from crossing the plate. See if Rua was able to do so. No. Looks like he crossed the plate.
Three and one. Caught the corner, full count. Holiday, the catcher, on deck. We've yet to receive word on Robinson Chirinos, who was taken out after hitting a fly ball to right in the fifth. He was hit on the right forearm during that at bat, but it was on a swing. So he remained in the game, finished the at bat, and then was taken out. That's why Holiday's in the catcher spot. 3-2, grounded left side. Escobar has it. One down. Andrews has to hold at second.
It's a big out right there. Not only you get the out, but Andrews cannot advance.
Catcher number 8, Ryan Holiday.
This recovery by Escobar. That was a tough little in-between hop, but didn't have that time to wait on the throw, a firm throw across the diamond. Think about Andrews, though. He likes to try to steal third. You have to keep an eye, but it's going to be difficult for him to get a lead, especially with a shift on and Giavitello that close to the base.
Holiday 0 for 4 as a Ranger. Pickoff attempt, and they give up a base as Andrews stops at third. Someone will get charged with an error.
And it looked like Johnny Giavitello said he was my bad on that one. It looked like it was a pretty good throw. It's like we thought may be the case of pickoff. Spin around, quickly throw. And it's a good throw. Just didn't look it into the glove. He tried to apply the tag. It's going to be an error on Johnny Giavitello.
So a man at third with one out, infield in. First error for Giavitello. Good breaking ball. Holiday, 28-year-old, mentioned he was just acquired from the Detroit Tigers. He's a Dallas, Texas native. Went to North Central Texas College as well as TCU before the Tigers took him to the 6th round in 2010. And in 24 games for Detroit last year, hit .281. Pulled down the line, foul.
If there's ever a time when you need that punch out, this is the time for Richards. Head of the count, got to have a lot of trust in Carlos Perez to keep this slider. More than likely will throw. That's his go-to pitch to get a swing and miss in the dirt to keep it in front of him.
Former Angel Bobby Wilson was part of that trade for Holiday. He went to Detroit along with the minor league pitcher. Perez set up outside. The 0-2. Smothered by Carlos. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff Mandolino to Shields on deck. 97 pitches for Garrett.
Yeah, I'm trying that again, that same exact pitch. Especially when you see your catcher keeping that in front of him, like Carlos Perez did. Perfect technique, keeping that slider from getting away from him. And go back to that slider. See Holiday tracking that slider. Now you wondered, that was a quick conversation, and I think Carlos Wanted to know if Garrett was comfortable to potentially go fastball, especially upstairs, to get a swing and miss. Or does he want to go with that comfort pitch, that slider, to get the punch out? I think you go fastball here.
And with a breaking ball, and he laid off. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a pretty good take. It's a tough pitch. That's just below the strike zone. Again, he was thinking slider. Now the fastball. Cut fastball.
This one pulled down the left field line, and that is a fair ball. Tried to run the fastball in on the hands. Holiday makes it 3-1 Texas as those 2 errors come back to haunt.
And sometimes when you set up a hitter, you almost think in terms of you're 1 pitch too late on the fastball. Came in on and did a nice job as far as bringing his hands in. Holiday did, to be able to get the barrel of the bat on that fastball inside at 95.
So 3-1 Rangers. Here's DeShields. 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Struck out his last time. This will be Garrett's last batter regardless. A couple of lefties waiting after DeShields, and Odor and Fielder. Alvarez ready to go. Error by Yunel Escobar to lead off. A 2-base error this inning, which should have been the first out. And then Giovatello calls it an error that allowed Andrews to get to third. This one grounded toward the middle. Simmons has it. 2 down. Holiday advances to third. Here comes Mike Scioscia right on cue.
Well, that's a great play by Simmons too. That looks routine, but it certainly was not.
Pitching change here, the 7th inning. Garrett goes 6 2/3. 2 outs. Texas on top, 3-1. Perhaps a little better fate. We'll see how this plays out the rest of the way. But the run that came in here in the 7th and the run that's on third base would both be unearned should that run come across, as Jose Alvarez takes over on the mound. Are in and out, who's in, who's out. Jose pitched on Thursday through 4 pitches, and he's been effective so far as a quote-unquote lefty specialist.
Yeah, that fastball's been pretty solid for him. 90-93 range, but his breaking ball has been very good. Occasional changeup also.
He'll face Rougned Odor, the second baseman. Odor 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of fly ball outs and a strikeout. Richards with 6 2/3, 8 hits, one of which was a home run. 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. 3 runs, 2 earned. Down the left field line. Gentry racing over, slicing away into foul territory. Craig alertly going into the slide before that wall in the corner.
Yes, that's a dangerous spot, that wall. Padding there, but that's a brick wall, the lower part. Trying to slide in there. Good hustle.
This one pulled past Crone into right field, and the run will score. Rangers make it 4-1. Odor picks up his 3rd RBI of the season. The last 2 games, the Rangers, when they've had opportunities to bring home runs, they've cashed them in, while the Angels have not. Book closed now on Garrett. 4 runs, 2 earned, 6 2/3. And when you're struggling, as the Angels are offensively, you can't afford a mistake, an error like the one that Yunel Escobar had to lead off this inning on the slow ground ball hit by Elvis Andrus.
And the defense had been good, especially on the relay early in the game, to keep it a 1-run deficit.
Fielder gets tied up.
And you always go to that percentage, lefty versus lefty, but I guarantee Odor was happy to see Richards leave the game. When you look at his career numbers, just 1 for 20 against it with 8 punchouts.
Foul back. Two balls and 2 strikes on Fielder. Had an RBI single in the first. Down goes Fielder. It's the 3rd out, but Texas adds 2 here in the 7th. Stretch time at the Big A. 4-1 Rangers. As we start the bottom of the 7th inning, you can follow the Angels baseball all season long with MLB.com @bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game, video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. New pitcher on for the Texas Rangers. It's right-hander Keona Kela taking over for Cole Hamels. Kela pitched in Thursday's game. This will be his 3rd appearance of the season. No record of .540 ERA. Hitting at 2/3, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. 22-year-old with terrific stuff.
Yeah, Caleb, fastballs 93 to 97 range. Curveball, good hard curveball, changeup.
12th round pick by Texas in 2012. Facing C.J. Cron, the first fastball is upstairs. Kela got into 68 games last year as a rookie. Ended up going 7-5 with a 2.39 ERA. He had 68 punch-outs in 16 1/3 innings. Crone, Calhoun, and Simmons for the Angels. Breaking ball for a strike. CJ tonight 0 for 2. The bouncer back to the mound at a strikeout. Hamels, by the way, went 6 innings. Gave up 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 3, and allowed a run. Three balls and 1 strike.
You got to be patient, need base runners.
Full count. Breaking ball, and Crone goes down looking for out #1. Not sure what CJ's looking for there. We'll bring up Calhoun.
Kayla real confident to be able to throw a 3-2 curveball. Got the middle of the plate. 85-mile-an-hour pitch straight over the top, curveball. Holliday's done a nice job coming in this game midway through for Trinos, who was hit by a pitch on a swing and a big RBI. Nice job defensively also framing that pitch.
Cole a 1 for 2 now with a base hit in the 2nd. Four singles allowed by Cole Hamels tonight.
Just like we talked about with Jake Arrieta in that first game against the Cubs. Never threw anything middle part of the plate. That cut fastball in combination plus curveball and changeup away.
.95 pitches for the lefty. 2nd start of the year. One ball, 2 strikes. Andrelton, Simmons on deck. Cole went around, 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kela.
Big reason why Texas turned it around those last couple of months of the season last year to get to the postseason was because of the strength of their bullpen. Kayla being one of them. Throwing the ball very well here early too with 2 strikeouts.
Simmons fouls this one off into the seats. 1 for 2 games for Andrelton. Lays off. And ahead of the count at 2-1. Texas with solo runs in the first and fourth, 2 in the seventh. The Angels get a solo run in the bottom of the first, and that's it. 2-1.
Some sort of off-speed pitch. It was high and out of the strike zone. One of those pitches as a hitter, though, you see it. Think you can make good contact, but unable to do so. Got away with the mistake there, Kayla did.
Mike Morin's warming up in the Angels pen. He'll pitch the 8th. Beltre, Moreland, and Desmond due up. Off the plate. Full count.
What if we'll come back to a curveball? Threw a 3-2 curveball to C.J. Cron. Both punch outs have been on curveballs in this inning for him.
Three, 2, fouled straight back. Big rip by Andrelton.
And he must be comfortable with his curveball. Feels he can throw that more for strikes, especially twice now on a 3-2 count, and you're up by 3 runs. As an opponent, you're looking for base runners. So you have to have a lot of confidence you can throw that for a strike.
Fastball, and this one lifted down the right field line. Rua moving toward the foul line and makes the catch and bangs into the wall. Hangs on, and the Angels go down in order. 7 complete. Texas on top 4-1.
Trail the Rangers 4-1 as we head into the top of the 8th inning. I'm Alex Curry, and stick around after the game for our Angels Live post-game show. Jose Mota will join me here at the desk. We'll take a look at Garrett Richards' second start of the season. Not much help from the offense as the struggles continue, and also a couple costly errors on defense for the Angels that have come back to bite them. We'll get Socha reaction, hopefully a couple players' reactions, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be talking about an Angels comeback victory here. Victor, Gooby, we'll do another walk-off win here, right? Like the first game in this series?
That would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get some base runners. Put up a 0 here for Mike Morin and then get some base runners.
Top of the 8th inning, 4-1 Texas. Beltre, Moreland, and Desmond to face Mike Morin through 28 pitches last night. Won an inning in the third, allowed 2 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Beltre swinging first pitch, hits one out toward left center field. Long run for Trout. He's not going to get there, and it's off the wall. The throw comes into second. Beltre in with a double. Second double of the night. A 3 for 4 game.
Well, his last 3 swings, even the out he made earlier in the game too, was hit hard, but home run, double.
First baseman, number 18, Mitch Allen.
Fastball again. You don't want to go upstairs on a fastball against Beltre. He absolutely crushes that. When he is able to get that barrel of the bat, his arms extended, down and away, off speed, off the plate in, out over the plate, dangerous spot.
No balls and a strike on Moreland. Moreland tonight 1 for 3 with a base hit. Cues this one foul and out of play. Rip to the right side into the shift. Giavotella has it. 1 down.
A Hyundai key for the success for the Angels potentially today was glove will lead you back. And we've seen some great plays defensively by the Rangers. Their defense has been a big key, especially when you have a matchup like tonight with Cole Hamels versus Garrett Richards. 3 double plays turned. A solid relay by the Angels early in the game kept it a 1-run deficit, but then a mistake in the field allowed Texas to get those extra runs, which is important, especially with Texas bullpen.
Desmond 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a deep fly ball to center. Infield in for the Angels with 1 out, and Beltre standing at third. Change up missing low. One ball, 2 strikes.
for that punch out. Cannot afford to give up another run here.
Shallow to right. Calhoun is there. Beltre is going to stay at home.
Good decision. He saw that Gold Glove being awarded to Cole Calhoun before the game. The best throwing arms in that right field position. Behind that baseball well, charged it. No chance for Beltre to try to score.
Good pitch by Moore to get Desmond way out in front. Two outs. Beltre at third. Here's Elvis Andrus. Andrus with a single back in the fourth, led off the seventh on the error by Escobar. He eventually scored one of the runs. Both unearned runs charged to Garrett Richards. Little flare towards second. Giavotella has it. That'll do it for the Rangers. Lead off double strand on base. Way to the bottom of the eighth. It's 4-1 Texas. Score for the Angels, just a total of 4 singles in this one. Cole Hamels for 6, Keona Kela for 1, and now Sam Dyson takes over. He will pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. The Angels will have Perez, Giavotella, and Escobar due up. Trying to figure out the offense. It is off to a sluggish start once again in the month of April. Dyson pitched on Thursday through 23 pitches. Tampa, Florida native was acquired in a deal with the Miami Marlins last season. Pitched in 31 games for Texas. Ended up going 2-1 with a 1.15 ERA.
Power sinking fastball. 94 to 99 range. Slider, changeup.
Guy went drafted twice before signing. The third time getting drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 4th round in 2010, and then was a waiver claim in 2013 by the Marlins before he got traded to Texas last season. Carlos Perez 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound and a double play ball in the 5th. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got a piece of the home plate umpire, Mark Carlson, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, and that misses low. Kella had 2 strikeouts and a fly ball in his 7th inning action for Texas.
Well, with that fastball that Dyson has, every once in a while it does you a favor by throwing a slider. Got around that one there, made a mistake with that. His fastball is his bread and butter.
Ground ball toward the middle. Odor's there. 1 down.
As you can see on that one, he's a ground ball machine.
Second baseman, number 12, Johnny Giamatti.
Played with a pitcher, Kansas City, Hippolito Pichardo, was the same thing, a power sinking fastball. Hitters would always talk to me, say they had a better shot against his slider than he did his fastball. A similar type of fastball with Dyson.
Good old Hippolito.
That's serious running, sinking fastball.
Giavotella takes a strike.
Frank Thomas had a tough time with him. He told me that was one of the best fastballs he'd ever seen. It's difficult, even when you see and read a fastball. If it sinks, to get that ball in the air, it's always going to be hit on the ground.
Or off your lower leg.
Yeah.
If it's down and in on a righty. Giavotella in the hole, with no balls, 2 strikes. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a line out and a punch out. Ten hits for Texas, 4 for the Angels. Bouncer back toward the mound. Dyson has it. He almost didn't watch that ball into the glove. It almost popped out. 2 down.
Third baseman, number 6.
You see by his reaction, that quick conversation with Moreland at first, he almost did make a mistake on that one. He started looking at the base runner first before looking into the glove, and fortunately for him, it stayed in the glove. You get Giavotella out at first base.
Had it the whole way.
Yeah.
Just ask him.
Yeah.
So 2 outs, nobody off for Yunel Escobar. Escobar has been on board 3 times with a single and 2 walks. Scored the lone Angel run back at the bottom of the 1st inning of the Pujols. Fielder's choice. This one down the right field line. Rua racing over, and this one he's not going to get to. It goes into foul territory now to play.
Good effort by Rua. Slide towards that short wall. He remembers that wall a couple innings ago when he ran into it, caught it. Make sure he went into a slide there just in case he got close to that baseball.
Not a forgiving wall.
No.
Fouled off. Daniel Navas come out to the on-deck circle.
That's good to see.
Yeah.
Considering he got a spike on the finger yesterday.
Escobar goes down swinging. The Angels down in order. We head to the ninth. It's 4-1 Texas.
Top of the ninth, another pitching change for the Angels. A.J. Ocker just came up today. As Camp Pedroia went down to AAA. 46th round pick by the Twins in 2010. Fastball, 89 to 93 range. Slider, very good changeup. Saw him a lot in spring training. Threw the ball well, gets a lot of ground ball action, some power sink on the fastball.
Ocker scheduled to face 8-9-1 for Texas here in the ninth inning. Busy offseason for him as the Twins placed him on waivers. The Phillies claimed him. The Phillies then placed him on waivers, and that's when the Angels claimed him on December 17th. So he was a Philly for a little less than a month, Gooby. So he's got to be one of your favorites now.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Unofficially official Philly.
Andrew Heaney, Nick Tropiano. Andrew Heaney on the disabled list. Nick Tropiano will probably get to start on Monday. Replacing Andrew Heaney, although he did get some good news about the MRI on his elbow. Just a little strain, should be all right before too long.
Rule 1 for 3 tonight with a double in the fourth. Two balls and no strikes. Moore went 1 inning, gave up the leadoff double to Beltray in the 8th and retired the next 3 on fly ball outs. Ocker has a total of 18 games in the big leagues over the last 2 seasons with the Twins. Good fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1-1 record of 5.18 ERA. 7 games in 2014, 11 games last year. Out of Michigan State. Three balls and a strike. Grew up in Ohio and went to Michigan State.
That doesn't seem right.
Big kid, 6'5", 215 as is here listed. Good off speed.
When you're that big, you can make that choice.
No one's going to confront you about it?
No. They'll say, okay.
Three-2. Down goes Ruo, 1 away.
Fastball, good location, set up with an off-speed pitch before. We're part of the strike zone, gets a swing and miss.
Brian Holiday at the plate. He's 1 for 1, RBI double with a run scored in the 7th. Pulls this one to third. Escobar has it. 2 down.
And saw that a lot in spring training. A lot of ground balls, but not hit hard also against Ocker. that movement he has.
Top of the order now, Delino to Shields. The Angels in the ninth will have Gentry's spot in the order, then Trout and Pujols. Fastball into the knees, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tollefson will work the 9th inning. He was on the mound when Pujols hit the walk-off a couple of nights ago. The only win the Angels have had this season. Out toward right center. Trout's there. A 1-2-3 inning for Octor in his Angels debut. One to the bottom of the 9th. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Halos, down by 3. He'll lead things off for the Angels here in the 9th. Angel fans, if you can't watch the games on TV, you can now stream games live on your mobile device. Just go to your app store and download the free Fox Sports Go app. Log in and stream the Angels wherever you go. Rangers closer comes into the ballgame to try to close it out. It's 4-1. Sean Tollefson has 1 save in 3 games this year. Mentioned that he pitched in Thursday's contest for a total of 2 pitches to 1 batter and gave up the game-winning hit to Albert Pujols.
Another power arm out of the bullpen. The Rangers 91-96 range on this fastball sinking action. Slider, good changeup, very good changeup.
Daniel Nava got the start last night, but then came out of the game after getting spiked accidentally at second base on the slide. Laceration on his left finger, but good enough to hit tonight. Let's take that pinch hitting approach. Fouls this one back. Nava with the Angels, 2 for 5 through 4 games. Bouncer towards second. Moreland cuts it off. Tollison's covering. And there's the first down of the night.
You see how good Moreland is as far as fielding position at first base. That's a perfect feed to the pitcher covering the base. Let him. See how he leads him right there high enough where he can catch the baseball and still find the base as a pitcher. Well done by Moreland. Again, Tollison gets to the base first, looks that ball into the glove and be able to get the first out.
Trout hitless tonight. We're looking to strike. Mike with a ground ball to first, a strikeout, reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. Tollison last year 35 saves for the Rangers. He was a waiver claim prior to 2014 from the Dodgers. Also a Texas native. 28 years of age. Down low. 2 balls and a strike. A little flare down the right field line. That'll get down and go for extra bases. First extra base hit of the season for Trout. And he is going to stay at second on a well-placed double down the right field line.
Sometimes it's one of those at-bats like that can get you going. We know how important Mike Trout is to this offense. Pitch down and away, just off the end of the bat. Well placed down the right field line for first extra base double of the season for Trout. Get him going now. See if Albert can do some damage against Tollison again. A walk-off hit against them on Thursday night.
Credited with an RBI single in that walk-off. Short hop defense. Halos tonight 0 for 4 with men in scoring position. Down and away. Two balls and no strikes. Tollison, a 30th round pick in 2010 by the Dodgers out of Baylor. Two-0 count. CJ Crone on deck. A 1-out double by Trout. He's over at second.
You think Albert would get a pretty good fastball to hit. You want to walk him if you're Tollison, so you got to challenge him with a 2-0 fastball potentially here. Even if Albert hits the ball out of the ballpark, you're still down by 1. That's the mentality you have to have when you're on the mound, especially as a closer. Can't afford to give up base runners.
Well, a base on balls brings up the tying run. Got the fastball and he popped him up. Rua, the right fielder's there. 2 down. Middle half in, it was down at the knees.
And when Albert's rolling and hitting the ball well, that's his danger spot. He'll drop the head of the bat on that baseball and drive it a long way, especially when inner half like that and down. That's his pitch.
Halos down to the last out here in the 9th inning, down 4-1, and CJ Crone up. Crone 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a bouncer to the mound. Outfield straight around with Crone at the plate. First pitch swinging on the fastball, fouls it back. 0-1, 95-mile-per-hour fastball from Tolleson. Texas with 4 runs on 10 hits. They've stranded 6. The Angels 1 run, 5 hits. Committed 2 errors and stranded 3. 2 big errors in that 7th inning, leading to 2 runs, 2 unearned runs. No balls and 2 strikes. Crone late on the fastball.
He's trying to shorten up his swing right now for C.J. Crone, even if you have to punch one in the right field, especially behind the count 0-2.
Big game for Adrian Beltre, a 3-hit game, 2 doubles and a home run. Breaking ball smothered by Holiday. 1-2.
Holiday's done a nice job coming in the middle of the game for Torinos, who got hit on the forearm with a pitch from Garrett Richards.
Always done good things about Brian Holiday from the Tigers organization. Off speed, rolled to short. Elvis Andrus has it. And the Rangers take game 3 by the final of 4-1.
Yeah, when you're struggling offensively, when you're facing a guy like Cole Hamels, who was on his game tonight and got all the help he needed on the offensive side by Adrian Beltre with a home run and a couple doubles. In Texas, with that bullpen, very effective as Cole Hamels picks up his 2nd win of the season. Adrian Beltre, big game as Texas wins this one 4-1.
Unfortunately for Garrett, he suffers the losses now 0-2 and sets up the finale tomorrow afternoon at 12:35. Jared Weaver making his 2016 campaign. Texas wins it 4-1. Stick around. Angels Live coming up next.